This podcast is for voice teachers and coaches to answer the question, how do I grow my teaching business and even break out of that one-on-one lesson model so that I can reach and teach who I want whenever I want? I'm your host, Allie Tyler, voice teacher of over a decade and marketing and business coach for fellow voice teachers. Welcome to the Voicepreneur podcast. Hello. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Welcome back, me. Welcome back, you. Welcome back, us, to the Voicepreneur podcast. I have taken way too long of a break. I am so sorry. We're going to talk about it today. I'm so happy to be back. It feels so good to be behind the microphone and very specifically in my new tiny home music studio, she shed space, whatever you want to call it. Still needs a name, but it has been, wow, what a month. I cannot believe March. March has been a crazy month. I'm so curious how your March has been, is going, because it's still the end of March right now. It is, oh my gosh, what an interesting month. I feel like things, at least in my world, really sped up. And I'm so excited to share about all of the things, but I first want to apologize that it was definitely not my intention to just sort of disappear from the podcast. Truthfully, if I'm being super real and honest, it has been really fucking hard to keep up with it. It's been so hard, and I recognize why that is. And truthfully, it's just because I just don't have enough time. Like, I know that we all have 24 hours in a day. I know that it's all about time management and blah, 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 blah. I totally get it. And at the same time, when we start adding more to our plate and we start prioritizing different things, which is how this season has been for me, there are unfortunately some things that get dropped, whether or not you even want to drop them. Like, y'all, I have been missing this space so much, and it has been gnawing at me every freaking day. Like, girl, you gotta post a podcast episode. You gotta edit your podcast episodes, because I'm the one who edits them currently, and I can't wait to hire somebody at some point, hopefully in the near future. But I just genuinely have not had the time to sit down and edit these. And y'all, I have 12, oh my gosh, probably even more. I don't even know, 15-ish, 12 to 15 episodes recorded. They are so good. We have guests. We got some good stuff, y'all. It is coming, and I'm so excited to share it. I just really need to find a better rhythm when it comes to editing. So thank you so much for being so patient with me. I'm so happy that you are here. I cannot wait to share what is going on. So as I'm recording this, it's the end of March. I do hope to get this out still in March. And something I did while it was the middle of the month of March, I don't know the exact date, of course, but I announced something very exciting over on Instagram. If you follow me at the Voicepreneur, you may have seen this. And if not, that's cool. I'm going to tell you right now. I am pregnant. I'm pregnant. I don't actually know how far along I am. Isn't that funny? I don't know. Second pregnancies are hysterical. It has been so interesting, my mindset around all of this. I think I'm like 5.5-ish months. I don't know. I don't keep track of the months, but I'm 23 weeks pregnant, and I'm so excited. We're having another little boy. God help me. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And my son is so excited about it. We're all just thrilled, and I continually pray for a healthy everything every day, because I recognize what a damn miracle this all is. It really is. It's like the most mind-blowing thing ever. I could talk all day about that, which I'm not going to, but I love being pregnant. I really do. I'm so blessed to have a really easy time with it. I know I shouldn't say that out loud, but I'm so grateful for it. And it's been really interesting because this happened my first pregnancy too. Pregnancy for me has been this like energizer. And I know that sounds crazy, but like it literally has like felt like I'm just talking really fast. I'm thinking really fast. I'm moving really fast. I'm doing all the things. And that's what's so interesting is as I'm going to talk about in just a second, but I made my life so much busier I think I have this like arbitrary deadline of like, it's not arbitrary, it's a total real thing of like, all right, I'm having a baby and it's coming at the end of July and okay. So I guess that means I need to do all the things before the end of July, right? And it's been very interesting on my mindset to watch myself and witness myself add so much more to my plate, including opening up my private voice studio again and running my choir, directing my choir, and of course the Voicepreneur. Like I literally have 3 jobs right now. And last year I had 1 job. And that's a huge reason why I haven't been able to keep up with the podcast, because this was a totally different ballgame back in 2023 than it is today, where I'm doing literally 3 times the amount of work. But one of my favorite things about this time, the energy that is coming from it, is that my creative brain literally feels like it's on fire. I don't even know. I keep waking up at 2 a.m. with ideas and ideas and ideas and strategies and songs. And maybe I should lesson plan like this. And maybe I should write a course on that. And oh my gosh, it's like, okay, brain, like you only have 4 months left here. What is going on? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. But it's been really fun because prepping for going on maternity leave, into postpartum, into just having 2 young children, which is what I hear pretty freaking crazy. You know, I have been able to think about how I structure my business so differently. It is like completely different in the way that I approach my time, the way that I approach strategy, the way that I approach my to-do list. I am constantly thinking about, how can I make this simpler? How can I make this simpler? How can I make it more strategic? How can I be savvy? How can I do things easier, right? And like maybe not easier even right now, but setting myself up to make my life easier, because I don't want to stop working when I have a baby. You know, the last time that I did this with my son and I took a maternity leave, I did not have the businesses or the support that I do today. And I ended up taking a 6-month break. And it was totally unexpected for me to do that, because I thought, oh, I'll just have a baby and then I'll just pick up right where I left off. And I was humbled by that experience. But at the same time, this time around, my life looks completely different. I live in a different place. I have different jobs. I have different networks. I have a different support system. Everything is different. Literally everything is different. And I have so much more savviness when it comes to creating scalability. And that's what's been really, really fun about this experience, is that yes, I am doing all the things, but at the same time, I am really prioritizing taking care of myself at the same time. And my gosh, like, that's why I don't have time to edit these episodes, is because y'all, freaking eating, like just making myself a meal and then sitting down to eat it, that takes me time. And going on a walk, which I have basically completely committed to doing every single day, those 2 things in and of itself, boom, there's 2 hours, right? And then you got to eat again, like every, 2 hours, at least in my case, because I can't stop eating. That has been like a full-time job for me. And then I have my son that comes home at 5 p.m. So I'm spending the entire evenings with him. And then I'm spending the mornings with him, right? And it's like, so those things are super nourishing for me, and they also take time. So I've had to be so unbelievably diligent with how I am spending my time, where I'm setting boundaries, how I'm getting tighter with boundaries, how I'm even scheduling my students, what type of students I need on what day, because they give me certain types of energy, right? Like all of it is so damn intentional right now. It's so intentional. And what I am especially loving about this is because I have started private voice lessons again, because I am so much more diligent with my time, and because I am creating so many more opportunities to scale my business in ways that I've never done before, I'm that much better of a coach. And that's what's making it so much fun. Like me living, eating, breathing the life of being a voice teacher, a choir director, a business coach. They all coincide. It's so freaking cool. Like I think about this all the time, where I'll like have an epiphany from teaching a voice lesson. And then I go back and I reflect on that and I go, what was that epiphany? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so freaking cool. I could teach that in this course that I am making, which I am making for you all, voice teachers, all about how to sell, which is so exciting. It's coming out at the end of April. And that is inspiring me in the ways that I am teaching and showing up for that course, which of course is going to help me scale my business when I am on maternity leave, right? So it's like all connected, and there's so many ripples and there's so many pieces to this web. Is that right? Strings to this web? I don't know if that's even a cliche, but this web is feeling so tight and so cool. And I don't think I have felt this aligned in my life in so long. I don't even know. In so freaking long. It's been so much fun. And it's equally so much fun when I'm having so many ideas as a voice teacher and as a business coach on how to continue growing my business despite having 2 young children. I am really motivated to not let mothering, especially 2 young kids. Now look, I know. The other one hasn't come yet, but we are working on it. We are preparing for this. Like, I am mentally preparing myself for the fact that I am not going to let that be an excuse for not being able to grow and scale my business. It is the end of March, and I have made triple the amount of money that I made last year in Q1. And I'm like, okay, great. Now let's take this exact same thing that I'm doing, and how can I replicate this a year from now? Right? Or how can I replicate this 6 months from now, or whatever it is? How can I continue on this trajectory despite having 2 young children? How can I be so mindful of my time? How can I be so strategic with how I am even coaching people? Like right now, I am building out a group class that is for my voice students, for voice lessons that I have been dreaming about and visualizing about for a few weeks now, maybe even a couple of months. And it is getting me so excited. Like, I am getting so excited thinking about how I'm going to be able to do this class virtually. And I'm not going to share all of the details of how, but let's just say it is so much more creative than hopping onto Zoom and like having a group call. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing one-on-ones anymore, because Mama knows that there is no time for one-on-ones when you got a newborn and a toddler running around. Like, that is not part of my trajectory here. I am thinking even savvier. So I am building this group class on a virtual platform that I can touch into anytime I want to while I am mothering 2 young children, right? And I'm doing the same thing with you guys, where I am creating this course that, y'all, I'm so freaking excited about. Like, oh my God, it is going to change your life. This program is all about how to actually get new students in your private studio and in your programs all the time, right? And we want to be selling in 15 minutes or less every day, which is really how I work. I sell any and every offer in 15 minutes or less every day, because Lord knows we don't have time for like sitting on Canva for 2 hours or being on Instagram stories for 2 hours. Like, those days are gone, right? So I'm going to teach you how to do exactly what I am doing and how I have been able to fill up my private studio. I filled up my private studio in the first month of opening, and I genuinely do not have any more time for one-on-ones. It's been awesome, and it's been filling my heart up, and now I'm like, oh my God, this is a lot. Okay, we're done, right? I had a wait list before I did this of over 20 students on it. And that was super intentional how I built my wait list. I am currently not teaching any later than 5 p.m. 2 days a week to my ideal students. I teach in the mornings through the early afternoon, because that's when I am my most vibiest, right? So there are ways in which I have done this so quickly and doing my selling. And I don't even like the word promoting. I actually hate that word, but just selling and giving value and building my brand. I have been doing this so intentionally for many months. And yes, this goes beyond Instagram, because if you look at my Instagram, you're going to be like, what the hell is she talking about? There's like hardly any posts on here. I do sell on Instagram, but I sell in other ways as well. And so I'm teaching all of this inside of the program that I'm creating for you. And I wanted to share that with you. There are links inside of the show notes if you want to get on the list for that. But nonetheless, this program is not only going to help me scale when I am on leave, it's more importantly going to help you with the gaps in your education around business and marketing that once you have filled in is going to exponentially grow your business. This is something I've never taught before. And it's something that I am teaching over and over and over again on my one-on-one calls with voice teachers. Now, let this be a lesson for you, that if you're ever repeating yourself in your voice lessons, you're saying the same things over and over, you're teaching the same things over and over, think about this for a second. This is how you are spending your time, right? Your time is the most valuable thing. Is there any way that you can get savvy with this so that you are not spending so much time repeating yourself? Is there a way that you can get strategic? Is there a way that you can just minimize that, turn it into a passive product or something that's scalable, sell that, and then free up your time? Right? Like, this is what we're talking about here when we're talking about savvy and strategic. It's like, okay, where am I spending my time and how am I repeating myself? And is there any way that I can consolidate this and then sell it? And then that way, whoa, I just got like 4, 5 hours, 6, I don't even, however many hours you're repeating yourself back. That's what's so freaking cool about this. So I thought about that same thing for you all, where I was like, wait a minute, I'm saying these same things over and over in these, business consults that I'm having, in my drop-in packages with my one-on-one clients, on the Voicepreneur calls even, of course. I mean, definitely on the Voicepreneur calls. And I thought, okay, what if I actually just created a program, had you all go through it, learn so much shit, take action, and see massive results without me having to hold your hand and take up my time to teach you how to do it, right? That's what it's all about. So that's the 2 big projects that I'm working on to really help me scale and prepare for being a mother of 2 children, is working on scaling the Voicepreneur program with this amazing course. Seriously, I'm not even kidding you. You have to get into this program because it is going to make selling so simple for you. It's going to be so savvy. It's going to be so sustainable. It's going to be sexy. It's going to feel freaking fun. It's going to feel fun and you are going to see results. Truly, like, I can't say that enough, but I wanted you to see kind of the back end of why I was creating that program as the first example here. Wow, I'm like all over the place. I don't know where my thoughts are going right now. Hopefully you're following me. But yes, that's the one way that I am scaling my business. And then the other way is building out this group voice class that I'm going to continue working through as I'm on maternity leave and postpartum. It's very, very exciting. The other really cool thing that has been another part of this holistic ripple here is that the work that I have done as a voice teacher to build my private studio to where it is today, to have it completely full, to be able to create this group class, to have a wait list, to not be teaching later than 5 p.m., to all of these things that I've been talking about, is that I am using what I'm doing as a voice teacher as inspiration for how to teach you all to do the same thing. And also, side note, this is why being in the tea is so freaking cool, y'all. Go and check out the link inside of the show notes as well, because the tea is my Q&A broadcast channel where I am sharing with you via voice text every week. I send you multiple messages. They're usually 2 to 3 minutes long, so perfect thing to listen to on like a walk or, doing your dishes. But I am sharing with you exactly what I'm doing. Like what I'm thinking about when I sell, what it's been like to have an experience with, let's say, a weird student, or what I was posting and why I was posting it that way, or policies that I've created, or lessons that I've been learning. Like all of this stuff is inside of the tea. And it's been definitely my favorite part of the tea. And I'm getting a lot of really great response from teachers that they are loving this aspect as well. So come and join us inside the tea if you're not already in it. It's such a cool place to hang out. Okay. Did I say all of my thoughts? Did I say all of the things? I think I did. I feel like I've been talking a mile a minute. I hope that you've been keeping up. I feel like I'm a little all over the place today because once again, I didn't have like a script or anything like that. I just wanted to update you with what's been going on. The last thing I will say is I promise you I am going to come back. I'm going to come back. I'm really hoping for weekly like I was before. But I really appreciate you being so flexible with me in case it's not weekly. I'm doing the very best I can. I'm adjusting to a bunch of different things happening at the same time. And I love you all so much. This is truly one of my very favorite places to hang out. Please don't think it's because I don't like podcasting. I'm just having to cater to a lot of different things at the same time right now in the best way possible. But I just wanted to share that I am going to do my very best to stay on freaking top of it, especially because the guests that I have coming on here, oh my gosh, these conversations are so good. I can't wait for you to listen to them. So thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to continue working with you in whatever capacity. I have this program that's coming out. You got to come and join it. It's called Sell with Soul, and it is going to change your freaking world. It really is. It's going to make selling so much fun and so much simpler. And I just seriously cannot wait for this experience. It's going to be a live experience, but it's also something where once you purchase it, you will be able to do it at your own time. But I will be in there for the first 6 or 7-ish weeks, answering questions live and being a part of the experience with you. And if you want to join us inside of the Voicepreneur program, you are going to get Selling with Soul included in that. So that's what's so cool about the Voicepreneur program is that's like the hub where we have all of the programs and you have the community, and it's just, that's the vibe, y'all. That is the vibe. I love that space. It is my favorite place to hang out in terms of the community. Like truly, this community is amazing. Ever since we switched over to a different platform to have our community chat, oh my gosh. Like that is worth the investment to me in and of itself, just to be able to plug in to the very best voice teachers and ask them questions and get their feedback and have them at the tip of your fingers. Is that the cliche? The tip of your fingers, the touch of your fingers, one of those two things. It is so freaking cool. And I love you all so much. And the people in there, you know who you are. You're amazing. Truly. I just love this community. What is my life? I am so freaking lucky, y'all. Feeling so blessed. I feel so blessed to have you here. Thank you so much for listening and spending your time with me, and I will catch you in the next episode. Oh my goodness, that was so juicy, and I'm so glad you're still here listening. You are amazing, and I can't wait to see what you take away from this episode and what you bring into your teaching business. Oof, it is going to be so good. If you want to come and see for yourself what it means to grow and scale your teaching business, come and check out the resources inside of the show notes or visit us over at thevoicepreneur.com. If you enjoyed this episode, take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at The Voicepreneur. Or if that's not your vibe, that's totally fine. Share it with your 2 best voice teacher friends so that we can continue spreading the good word that you can create a sustainable, spacious, and fun as fudge cake teaching business that makes an enormous impact on your students' lives and your life and your bank account. It's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see how your business changes your life. I'll catch you in the next episode.